Hello and welcome to all. Now I am going to explain functional dependency. Okay, this is very important concept for the second normal form, third normal form, and bias code normal form because all are dependent on this concept functional dependency. So what do you mean by functional dependency? A relational schema R or any table is said to have a functional dependency. Alpha determines beta. This arrow shows determines, or we can say that beta is dependent on alpha. What is the alpha? Alpha is a set of attributes of R or set of attributes of table, and beta is also set of attributes of table or relation. And alpha is a subset or equal to R. Capital R set of all the attributes of the table, and beta is also subset or equal to capital R, and capital R set of all attributes. If we combine all the attributes, then that becomes the table. So both are subset are equal to R. So for this functional dependency, if alpha determines beta, means if any two tuple, any two rows T1 and T2, okay, and if both tuple agree on their alpha value, then both must have T1 of beta equal to T2 of beta, means both should be agreeing on their beta values. Then only we can say that alpha determines beta or beta determines alpha. मीन्स किसी भी टेबल में अगर दो रो अल्फा के लिए मतलब दोनों रो में अल्फा की वैल्यू सेम है तो बीटा की वैल्यू भी सेम होनी चाहिए, और अल्फा की वैल्यू सेम नहीं है तो बीटा की वैल्यू अगर सेम हो भी जा रही है नहीं भी हो जा रही है डजेंट मैटर, बट अल्फा डिटरमिन्स बीटा. If two tuple agree on their alpha value, they must be agree on their beta value. This is the constant on the R. Then only we can say that alpha determines beta. See this table. In this table, there are three attributes A, B, and C. So here I am saying that A determines B and A determines C. Why? In whole table, there are no tuple pair for that A values are same. So there is no need to check the B values. By default, A determines B. And here in the whole table, if we consider attribute A and C, then there is no tuple where two tuple agree on their A value. So there is no need to check the C values. But if we say whether B determines C or not, then we will see in the whole table row number 1 and row number 2. Row number 1 and row number 2, we find a tuple pair where they agree on their B values. So if they agree on their B values, they must be agreeing on their C values. And this constant is not satisfied for B and C. So we will not see that B determines C. Similarly, check whether C determines B or not. So here for C, row number 2 and row number 3 and row number 5. See, row number 3 and row number 5. They agreeing on their C values. Both tuple have C3, C3. But Here B2 and B4 means they are not agreeing on their B values. So C does not determines B. So in this way, we will check whether a set of attributes determines the another set of attributes or not. If A determines B, so obviously we can say that A is a super key. And if there is no extraneous attributes in set A, then we will say that that set of attribute is candidate key. Okay, and in next slide, there are some points for the functional dependencies. So here we check the constants for the legal relations. Suppose a row which is not belongs to R, then there is no need to check for that tuple. And here value for a certain set of values determines uniquely the value of another set of attributes. And you can say that functional dependency is a generalization of the notion of a key. Means key and functional dependencies are related. I will explain how key is related to functional dependencies. But before explaining the relationship between functional dependency as key, what do you mean trivial FD? So here, if on any relation capital R, alpha determines beta, okay, then if right hand side beta is a subset of equal to alpha, then there is no need to check. Means alpha determines beta. If alpha and beta is a subset are equal to alpha, then this functional dependencies automatically exist for all legal and illegal relation. Suppose for any tuple pair, roll number and student name both are same, तो part will be same also. अगर किसी दो रो के लिए रोल नंबर एंड स्टूडेंट सेम है तो ऑब्वियस है कि तभी सेम होगा जब स्टूडेंट नेम भी सेम होगा. ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता है कि दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन सेम है बट स्टूडेंट नेम डिफरेंट हो जाए. इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो दिस conditions automatically exist. There is no need to check. So when alpha determines beta, if beta is a subset or equal to alpha, तभी आप कह सकते हो. अगर मान लो दो टपल के लिए रोल नंबर 1 और अमित एंड रोल नंबर 1 अमित दो टपल के लिए सेम है तो ऑब्वियस है कि अमित भी सेम होगा ही, या रोल नंबर उसका पार्ट है तो रोल नंबर भी सेम होगा. So this is called the trivial FD. Now see here concept of the key in the context of FDs. Here see K is a set of attributes and R is a set of all attributes, and where K is a subset or equal to R, then K is called super key of R. Why? Because this set uniquely identify the table. But if A is another set of attributes and which is belongs to K, and if we discard A from K and after discarding this set of attributes, if determines all the attributes of R, then this is called candidate key. Why? Because after discarding all the extraneous attributes, we get minimal set, and minimal super key is called candidate key. Okay, so we can say that if K dash is a set of extraneous attributes in the super key, or if we discard K dash from K, so K minus K dash is the candidate key. And let us assume there are multiple candidate keys on R, K1, K2, Kn. And K1 is also subset are equal to R, K2 is a subset are equal to R, and Kn is a subset are equal to R. Then what do you mean by key attribute or prime attribute? And what do you mean by non-prime attribute or non-key attribute? These terminologies are also very important for the second normalization or second normal form. So see here, an attribute A belongs to R is called prime attribute if it forms part of any of the candidate key of R. यहाँ क्या कह रहा है कि अगर एट्रीब्यूट A किसी भी कैंडिडेट की का पार्ट है तो उसे आप कहोगे प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट, चाहे वो K1 का पार्ट हो, K2 का हो, Kn का हो. तो so if there are multiple candidate keys on R, so the attributes which are involved in the formation of any of the candidate key, that attribute is called prime attributes, and rest of the attributes are called non-prime attributes. So see here, an attribute A belongs to R which doesn't form part of any of the candidate keys K1, K2, Kn, then that A is called non-prime or non-key attributes. So that's all about functional dependency. Then how key is related to functional dependency, trivial FD, and non-prime attributes and prime attributes. Now quick recap. What do you mean by functional dependency? If alpha determines beta, it means that if any tuple pair of R agreeing on their alpha value, they must be agreeing on beta values. Second one, what do you mean by trivial FD? If there are two set of attributes alpha and beta is a subset or equal to alpha, then automatically alpha determines beta. There is no need to check. If two tuple agree on alpha, then they must be agree on their beta values. Why? Because beta is a part of alpha. Second, prime attribute. Suppose there are n candidate key on R, K1, K2, Kn. So the attribute which are involved in the formation of any of the candidate key, that attributes are called prime attributes. And the attribute which doesn't involve in the formation of candidate key is called non-prime attributes. That's all about today's session. Thank you very much.